Hey guys, welcome back. So yesterday evening I ended up cutting our hayfield for the second time, our second cutting this year, and that was between 4 and 7 p.m. last night. So it's about 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to ted the hayfield first thing this morning. And the reason being is I want to ted it to try to get it to dry quicker, but I want to do this as soon as possible so that the leaves aren't dry yet. I don't want the leaves to be dry when I'm tedding it, so I don't want to knock them all off and lose all those leaves off the alfalfa, because that's where most of the nutrients are. So I'm going to try to get out there here in a few minutes. We're going to get out there and we're going to go ted the hayfield, and it should, turn everything over and help it dry a little bit quicker. Plus the hay tedder is going to hit that alfalfa. It's going to hit the stems. It's going to kind of bend the stems up and stuff, and that should help the alfalfa dry quicker by kind of bending the stems all up and kinking them. So this should help the process of drying, and hopefully I'm doing it early enough that I'm not damaging the alfalfa in the process. So one other thing, you just saw me, I just got done working on the tractor. So last time we baled hay, we broke a belt on the tractor. So there's a total of 3 belts on this old Case tractor, and the last one just came in this week. So I just finally put all 3 new belts on there, and this thing should be ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and head over, hook up to the hay tedder, and head out to the field. So after I ended up running the hay tedder last time, when I was done, I found one of these tines had come loose, and I put a brand new bolt and lock nut on it. So hopefully when we're done today, all these stay tight and I don't have any loose afterwards. So the other thing we're going to do to try to improve our hay tedding is we're going to try to be a little bit more gentle while we ted the hay. So last time I ran the tractor at full RPM, and this hay tedder was spinning super fast, throwing the alfalfa like 15 feet out the back. So I had a lot of people tell me that you don't need to run full RPM when you're tedding. You just need to have it spinning fast enough to be able to pick the hay up and throw it and mix it up and get it spread out. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to try to ted at a little bit of a lower RPM and try not to be so rough on it, because we're going to, our goal is to keep as many leaves on the alfalfa as possible so we have a good quality hay. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get this done. So now that I've got the hayfield tedded, I can tell that the sickle bar mower did not do a good job at all. It didn't cut very well. So there is strips of grass that didn't cut in the hayfield, just all the way through the hayfield. There's all these strips that didn't cut. And until I tedded the hay and mixed everything up, you couldn't tell it because it was folded over, laying flat on the ground. But as soon as the tedder came by, it kind of fluffed it up, and then you see all this long alfalfa and grass that's not cut. And it's through the whole hayfield. So I've definitely got some sections there in the sickle bar mower that's not cutting good. So very disappointed after putting all that time, effort, and parts into the sickle bar mower that is still not cutting right. Now, as for tedding the hay, is amazing how much more of a pleasant experience it was. Running that engine RPM down just a little bit, the tractor was so much more quiet. It was just way more pleasant running around, and it wasn't spinning so fast that everything was clanking and making a bunch of noise. So everything was just more quiet, and it was just a nice experience being able to ted this time. Now, the hay tedder does have one issue that I'm not real happy about. It seems like the left-hand side is lower to the ground than the right-hand side. So I first adjusted it and ran the tedder, and it looked like the right-hand side was missing some grass. So I decided I would lower it. So I lowered it 1 revolution, and that was enough for the left-hand side to start digging into the ground. So I had to raise it back up to where I had it. So I'm not sure if there's an adjustment there or what I can do. I'm gonna have to look into it. But I checked the tires, right? I aired them up beforehand. I checked both of them. They were both at 20 pounds pressure. So it wasn't like one of my tires was less air than the other, I don't think. So I think there's physically something unlevel about the hay tedder. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out some way to be able to correct that. But other than that, I think it was a pretty pleasant experience. It's way better than last time. So everything, the alfalfa was greener and it was fresh, and I really don't feel like I tore it up. There toward the end, it's getting more toward the middle of the day, and I could tell that stuff started floating around me, and you could tell that some of it was starting to dry out with the heat of the sun and during the day. But yeah, way more pleasant experience just in the morning when everything's just kind of fresh, and there's actually maybe just a little bit of dew in the shady spots still on it. Yeah, you don't have all that dust and all that stuff flying around you as well. So it's just a lot better experience. So considering, how short our hay was this time and the fact that a lot of it didn't get cut, I can tell we're gonna have way less bales than last time. I know first cutting is always your thickest and always your most amount of bales, but I can just tell the alfalfa and the grass was half as tall as last time because it's just been so dry and we hadn't had any rain. And then just the fact that there's so much out there that didn't get cut. I wouldn't be surprised if we get half the bales we did last time. So the next thing I need to do is I need to clean out the barn. Really, actually, there's some stuff that I have to store in the barn first, and then I've got to take some of the other stuff and rearrange it, try to make some space on the floor for the hay bales that we have out here. So definitely after we pick up these bales and get this bale, that barn with all the junk that's stored in there and the hay, it'll be very full. So I'm gonna have to get some of it sold. I haven't tried to sell any of it yet, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get some of that posted online or something and try to get some of the hay sold. So I don't think that we need probably but 70 to 100 bales for ourselves for the year. So the rest of that hay, we can sell and try to pay off for all these equipment repairs and everything we're doing. So yeah, I need to see, I've been kind of putting that off. So I need to get the hay posted, see if I can start getting some of that sold. But definitely won't have space for the third cutting if I don't get some of it out of there. Anyway, guys, I think that's it for today's video. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.